Welcome to the self-storage syndicated deal analyzer training videos. My name is Jason Stouffer, and I'll be walking you through this exciting new tool I developed specifically designed for self-storage properties or existing properties with value add components. Um, so let's get started. This is the welcome screen, obviously, or the welcome page or tab, whatever you want to call it. Let's go to the first tab, which is the property information. Now you'll notice all the blue squares. These are fill-ins for you to fill in all the blue squares as you see here. And if you've opened up your sample data or use case data spreadsheet, downloaded it, you'll have the same data here. And I've already pre-populated it for you. At the end of these lessons, you'll have a chance to download a blank spreadsheet or a blank self-storage syndicated analyzer tool. So you can input your property information from the OM that you get from the broker or your other sources of data and so forth. So again, wherever you see a blue square, that's an input field. The white squares are calculations. As you can see, this will equal a certain square. This one too, there'll be calculations. So you don't want to change those. There'll be fields that change colors according to values. As you can see here, anything over $50 a square foot will turn red, meaning, hey, it's a little high, but that's very it depends on the market, right? If this is Miami, Florida, you're going to see $150 a square foot or more, or New York, it's going to be 200 and something dollars a square foot. So just take this with a grain of salt, but just know these squares do change based on values. So you'll see some of those in this whole calculation tool or calculator tool, analysis tool. So just keep aware of that. Again, don't change anything in the blank square or the calculated squares because they are calculated for you. So yeah, going through this, property name, address, the asking price on the OM, how many acreage, what's discount and concessions currently. Is there an automatic gate? I like knowing these things. Is it fully fenced? Is it a metal construction, block construction, wood construction, year of construction? Driveways, is it gravel, asphalt, concrete? What's the roof type? Is it metal, shingle? What's the down payment you anticipate using? 25%? What's the interest rate you anticipate using? 4.25 is a common one. The amortization term, 25 years. Then you'll have some basic calculations calculated out for you. What you're looking at the asking price. This is all based on the asking price right here. So as you can see, your DCR, your cap rate, and so forth, what the broker is basically asking, right? So as we go down the spreadsheet, let's just go down. You'll see unit mix. This is actually an input to the type of unit. So CC equals climate control. Standard equals no climate control, drive up, whatever you want to call it. You can use your own acronyms if you want. This is all, again, fill in. You'll see these in blue actually in this blank spreadsheet. And then start typing in your sizes. Use like a 5x10 nomenclature, if you will. It will automatically calculate your square footage per unit of this and total square footage based on the number of units. So it'll take 5x10 and know it's 50 square feet. It'll automatically calculate this for you. So this is why I'm excited about this. I love this. And then it'll take how many total units are in the facility, 25 of these 5x10s, and calculate it. 50 by 25 is 1,250 square feet. And then you're going to put, if you know this, the number of occupied units out of those 5x10s. See here we did 20, and then the price. So then it calculates the square footage that's occupied, 1,000 square feet, right? And so you'll know your vacancy right off the bat, your total square footage of the facility, 37,925 feet. Your occupied square footage is 33,800, and that's your physical vacancy. So it calculates how much vacancy is there already, and the dollar amount on that. So you don't even have to calculate the vacancy. It's right up here. You can see that. So it also calculates your number of units, the number of units occupied, the gross potential income monthly. That's gross potential, not actual, right? Gross potential, and then your gross potential income yearly, and then it'll do your gross income. And as you can see here, there's an other income field for other incomes that you might have, and it'll calculate all that. So then let's go over here to your expenses. Again, this is kind of come off your OM or from the broker, right? So you're going to put existing. This is from the OM. Remember, this is all existing stuff. This is not your pro forma or anything like that. Do not put that in. We're going to go off of current NOI. We always want to go off the current NOI, right? So real estate taxes, insurance, these are just some standard expenses in a self-storage property. You can change these fields if you want, the description fields, to match whatever they are on the OM, or just consolidate them. Like if they have a gas and electric bill and a water, you can consolidate all those line items into utilities. I like doing that. It's just easier that way. Or you can do it any way you want. It's up to you. Again, these fields are not locked. So change them here though, if you want to, okay? And then something else I'm excited about, market information, 3 mile radius stuff. You can change this to 5 mile radius if you're in the, sticks or something, or 10 mile radius, but I just put a 3 mile because that's typically what I use. As you can see here, the blue again are inputs. So where are you going to get this? I suggest radius. Radius is a good source for a 3 mile radius in households, in market saturation, in competition, and so forth. In another video, I'll go over some resources and how to get to those and how to input these. But for now, we're just going to go basically off this, what I've input here. So again, another input, existing population. Radius is another good source. Google is another good source. Those are important for calculating our existing square foot demand, unmet demand, square foot, and then our per capita demand. And then your last input, and again, I'll have another video with resources and where to get this information, equilibrium. Your equilibrium is what's the square foot per capita, where is it going to meet, supply is going to meet demand. We always want some unmet demand, right? Otherwise, it's kind of like your market is saturated and you might not get as much rentals as you want. So, and I'll go over where I got, where I get these figures and facts. And 7 is a national average. Don't even, trip on that. Because again, storage is very local. It's very 3 mile. 7 is a very low, or excuse me, national number. Now, if you can see, if I change this to maybe, let's say 5. Oh, existing is 1.6. Okay, so let me change it to 1. Oh, well, oversupplied. See that? Now it went to oversupplied. So again, these numbers are just, they're kind of just in there. So we can go over this with you, the tool with you. These are all fictional, these are all not just made up numbers, right? So don't go based off this. This is just to show you the tool. Okay, so that is the property information tab. I think I went over anything. Oh, if you need more line items, I'd highly suggest just highlighting in the middle, as I'm doing right here, inserting, and moving down, shift down, okay? And shift down like that. Now you're gonna take this and drag it. It's gonna drag the calculations. So if you need more line items, do that. So just keep doing that. It's gonna drag the calculations down and so forth. So if you have more unit mixes than this, some facilities are huge and they have a bajillion unit mixes, right? And different things. So parking, you can put PRK for parking or something like that. And sometimes they have sizes, sometimes they don't. If you want a shortcut, if it's just too many unit mixes, you can actually just bypass this and just overwrite the calculation here, the sum, and put in your total number of units, and then your occupied units here. And you can do that same with all these sums here. Just remember, that you're overwriting the calculation. So you might want to save as, and then property name, right? So you're never using your blank tool. Always keep a blank tool, and then as soon as you open it, file save as AAA storage and do your underwriting, right? And then that way you'll always have that blank tool to start with. You're not overwriting all your calculations and so forth. I've made that mistake so many times, it's unbelievable. I always have a backup copy, blank copy. I just label it self-storage syndicator analyzer tool underscore backup and I'll put it in a different folder even, so that way I have a safe copy. Same with any of these things that you need more line items, which I don't see expenses you might not need, but just file, insert, file, right click, insert, move down, not right, move down. Just be careful on some of them because you'll mess up the calculations, but just wanted to point that out. So I think that's a great start for now. And this is a very short video, but hopefully this helps on the property information tab. Go ahead and move to the next lesson. Bye.